Hello guys, and welcome to my basic hard time for tutorial on airplanes in the Air Force. For start, I'm going to be playing the trainer bike. Because I can. Okay, Air Force. The Air Force is extremely important in Hearthstone 4 if you have the infantry to support it, because it can easily turn the tide of the war. When it comes to Air Force, there are 4 different kinds, well 5, mainly 4 though. There are close air support. These will intervene in battles and will usually bomb the enemy infantry units if it can. Sometimes, if there's too many fighters present in there and gets intercepted, it can't. These are really useful. People say CAS is king. Fighters are mainly used to keep aerial superiority in a specific aerial theater, and are pretty cheap along with CAS. Naval bombers. The main point of naval bombers is to bomb ships if they spawn any. Heavy fighters. Like fighters, but more expensive and have a bigger range if you want to like send them to escort your bombers. Tactical bombers is if fighters it's if CAS and strategic bombers had a child. These can do both close air support and strategic bombing, but they're only kind of good at both. And strategic bombers, the Big Berthas. They're really good at bombing your enemy's civilian factories into the ground, but are quite expensive. Different countries will start out with different levels of everything research. So pull up your strategic air map. It's going to be the bottom right corner of your screen, and it will show you all your air wings and all of your airports. I'm going to set them all to Berlin just so I can click them easier. There's a total of 100 planes in a single air wing. You can combine them and make some more organized and more simple. Different countries start with a different level of Air Force. Fighters have the lowest range out of all of these, of course. Newer models will have better ranges, of course. CAS and fighters have similar ranges. Medium bombers typically have longer range, and strategic bombers have the longest range. If you look on the airport and there's CAS wings and there's air wings there, there's a variety of different missions. Fighters can participate in aerial superiority and interception. Aerial superiority will mean that they will go to a specific aerial front if you're at war and shoot down enemy fighters or bombers if they see any, and more. Depending on if you have radar stations there, will depend if you will be able to shoot them down. You typically want more aerial superiority, and yes, you want more aerial superiority. Radars close to enemy territory is really good because you can take the fighters better, and you only really need them if it's going to actually be a big air war. For example, if you want superiority over the English Channel in southern England, radars will be necessary if not crucial. However, if you're invading Poland as Germany and you build up your air industry, it won't be that bad because Poland doesn't have much of a fight, and you'll be fine. Other missions that can be taken is tactical bombers can do close air support, and strategic bombers. Where is my close air support? Close air support can mainly participate in close air support. However, it can also do naval strikes. That's less efficient at it. Naval bombers can only participate in naval patrol, port strike, and naval strike. And then there are strategic bombers. I don't start any with Germany, but if I could see them, they mainly participate in strategic bombing, and as you can see, they bomb enemy buildings, infrastructure, and industry. Very cool. If you go to the production page, you can see all the planes that you can produce at that moment. You could draw dated equipment if you want to, but we're not going to be producing any. They're not that good. When you click on the create variant and don't make DLCs, you can really only see this page, and you can increase reliability, weapons, and engines. When you do this, it decreases the reliability of them, meaning that the chance of that plane just disappearing while on its mission goes higher. You mainly only spend aerial experience to make them better, but it doesn't actually affect the production cost for some reason. It's kind of broken with no DLC. And yeah, planes. Planes use fuel. Not a lot of fuel, but a decent chunk of fuel. And if you don't have enough fuel to keep your planes, going, they will not do anything and will be extremely ineffective. Also, planes are manned by people, so if you don't have any manpower to maintain or use your air wings, you literally just can't use them at all. Also, air wings, airports, they go by levels of 10 in the max state. Each time you build one, the capacity of air wings it can hold goes up to 200 each time. You build air wings in states, and it will be placed in a random tile in that state. So for example, if I built one in Franken, let that build. Apologize. This specific tile is where the air wing will be held. Other important things to know about air wings is that if you bomb an airport that has planes and you nuke them, all the air wings there will disappear, gone. To execute a nuclear strike, you do need a strategic bomber and 75% aerial superiority in that specific aerial front to do so. Now people say, why is CAS significant? And I'll tell you why. In a fight, a direct fight, close air support will bomb the enemy divisions and will do a lot of damage to their organization. Organization is kind of the health of the units, and once it goes down to 0, that unit will either stop attacking or retreat back a tile if in a defensive mission. And CAS, if used effectively, can destroy enemies and can single-handedly carry you through any battle. If you have planes, for example, let's say you want to halt them from doing anything, you click this big button called halt, hold the air wings, and this will prevent them from doing anything. They'll just stop there, sit in their airports, and just sit there doing nothing. Very cool. Another important part are the fighter aces. Fighter aces will give bonuses to that specific air wing. For example, Eric Booby Hartman will give this division. This will give that air wing these bonuses. Very cool. Sometimes automatically assigned, sometimes they're not. It's a bit weird. Another important thing are the experience of the air wings. They build up. You can either do it from pilot exercises, however, you will lose some planes because, you know, my bad, my plane just crashed while I was doing loops around the world. And a highly trained will have buffs, but a lower trained will have debuffs. Some planes you don't really need to train, like for example, bombers. You don't really need them that much. It's not that important. But fighters, you do definitely need to train them. Meanwhile, cast, don't need to train them that much. It doesn't change much. Another important part of it is the mode that the planes will fly. No retreat means that they will fly nonetheless. You may want to keep it on normal operations. I'm going to explain why cast is considered quote-unquote king. It may take me a second to actually set this up. So editor, if you're doing this, just cut this shit out if you want to, or put on 5 speed, because you're quirky like that. Anyway, just give me a second. Okay. I'm going to illustrate why Cass is very cool. Now, I'm going to attack this little boyo division right here. And you can see, yeah, I'm losing. I'm doing pretty bad. Not doing that well. However, if I were to bring Cass... Oh, shit. Okay, I was going to send the Cass at all, but don't worry about it at all. Same division. Even when they have more divisions there, I will actually win this tile. Just because of Cass and Cass alone. That's why Cass is considered king. Cass helped me easily just steamroll that unit. Even though they had more, and were on a fort, which by the way debuffs you, and with infantry, just standard infantry units, I was able to push. Need I say more? If you use Cass correctly, it can easily turn the tide of war. Thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate you giving me time out of your day to watch this video. I hope you guys can succeed in your HOI4 games because it's all knowledge. Have a good day.